Hello, hello, and welcome to A Cup of Megan Joe with me, your host, Megan Joe. Hello. Oops, I didn't mean to hit the mic. Hello. How are you guys? What's new? What's up? How has your month been? We're like halfway through February already, which is kind of crazy. February is the shortest month of the year, but it definitely just flies, you know? You really like feel it. You feel it. Today it's snowing. It's snowing where I'm at, and the snow is coming down really hard. And that had me get out of bed a little bit later than usual. And as you know, as I've told you before, or as I've mentioned before, I have been getting up at 6:30 every morning. And today I woke up at I think 7:45. So for me, currently that's like sleeping in, that's like getting out of bed late. But not in a late way that like, oh my god, I'm getting up so late, so bad. Like I didn't feel that way. I think the cold, just being cold, maybe wanted to stay in the bed longer. And yeah, I wanted to give myself a little grace today because I don't really have anywhere to go today, actually, because of the snow. I'm no longer going to my practicum site today because the roads are just really bad, and just going to do some virtual work at home today, which is beautiful because in this day and age we get to do that wonderful thing called virtual work from home. Virtual work, what am I saying? Anyway, yeah, so I got out of bed a little bit later today. I did my yoga a little bit later today. So we're starting a little bit later today, but it's all good. Like I'm not in a rush to do anything. I woke up a little later with the fact that like I knew what my day ahead of me looked like, so I wasn't really rushing for anything. And now I'm here with you with my Earl Grey tea with a little bit of oat milk. And I'm on this couch and we're cozying up. And today's forecast of the episode, one is snow, and two, we're going to talk about the power of women friendships, everybody. The power of women, friendships, the power of the circle of women in your life, and all of that, everything under that umbrella. I recently have been feeling an immense love from my girlies lately, and I've just been spending a lot more time with my girls, so I feel like, especially this past week, so I feel like I'm just really feeling the love right now, and I really want to share that. So literally today's episode is here. I'll show you my idea book, my idea page. It's literally just about the importance of really like nurturing your friendships, and that can be that can be like, any friendship you have. It doesn't need to just be with women, but I mean, specifically today, we're going to be talking a lot about women. So, yeah, lately I've been spending a lot of time with my girlies. And last week, I kind of was just like feeling it more every day, that I was like, wow, this is really nice. And I feel like last year I didn't really give myself time to spend time with my friends, like friends in general. I feel like all of my friends are scattered around, like it all in different states. We're all everywhere. We're all busy. So it's kind of hard, I think, especially in your adult life, in your late 20s, to connect with all of your friends like all the time. And I still connect with them when I don't see them by like FaceTiming or texting or checking in on a regular basis, just saying, hey, miss you. Excuse me. Just saying, hey, miss you, love you, what's up, like all those things. And I think that goes a long way. And yeah, I feel like I wasn't really spending as much time as I wanted to with my friends last year. Like it just the timing wasn't working out, and maybe I was a little depresso, so like I just wasn't feeling very social, and I wasn't, when you just don't feel well in your brain, that you just don't want to see anyone, or you don't feel like you have anything good to offer to the table. I think that's kind of what I was feeling like last year. Um, so it kind of hindered me from being out there and spending the time with my friends. I mean, I'm not saying I didn't spend any time at all with my friends, but I definitely wasn't making it as a priority like I am now in this day and in this time. And it's been really lovely, and it's really important to me right now to just like nurture those friendships. And I think it's important to nurture all the relationships that you have. But specifically today, we're going to talk about the women, and what they bring to the table, what they offer, and how it's just important to have your girls. As a fellow woman, I just want to talk about how I feel by being surrounded by other women. So, let's see. Where do we start? Okay. So, yeah, I mean, I'm just going to share with you what I've been doing with the girls. Wink wink. I'm just kidding, but not really. But anyway, so I've been spending a lot of time with the girls this past week, meaning and I feel like that's also because I've just been saying yes to things. I've just been saying yes to hanging out and not like, no, I'm tired or whatever. And I mean, listen, if you're tired and you don't have the social energy, don't force yourself. I think that's where I was coming from before, is like I was tired and I had so much schoolwork to do. And like I mentioned before, I feel like I have a lot more free time in this semester that I'm in right now of school. So I feel like it's letting me put energy into other things in my life, and not just school and not just work, but like everything else in my life that matters, So last week on Tuesday, after I recorded and filmed the pod, I I went to my practicum site. I did the whole thing. Oh my God, by the way, it went really well. It went really, really well. And I really love the clients that I work with so, so much. And it's an amazing experience. And I always leave feeling so elated and so just like happy to be able to do the thing. It's crazy. And I feel really lucky. And so after practicum, Liam picked me up, and then he asked if I wanted to hang out with the girls, and because the girls were inviting us over. So I was like, yeah. And Liam was like, are you sure? Like, I'm surprised, like, you're not like tired or anything. And I was like, I mean, I'm good. Like, I'm chilling. Like, I don't really have anything crazy due tomorrow, and I want to see the girls. So we went to our friend's house, and we just hung out with the girlies plus Liam. And it was really fun to just sit there and talk and just have these conversations, and just be, I think. Just be with your friends. And that was something so special to me. And I think we spent like 6 hours there. And I went home feeling so much love in my heart, and so much appreciation for my friends. And it was running deeper than the usual. And I think that's because they were like physically in front of me, and we were just all around each other, And then later in the week on Friday, I came home from work, and I had like a bunch of stuff to do for like work and school. But to be honest with you, I was really tired from the longest week of my life last week. Maybe not of my life, but it was just a really long week. I feel like I didn't have any time to cater to myself. like especially when I would be getting home from work or school, and it was just like I was having my morning time to myself, which is very valuable to me, but I wasn't like getting enough time when I got home and to relax or whatever because I had so much stuff to do. And I was working more last week because I had other obligations that prevented me from being able to work on my usual days. So I just had to work other days. And long story short, I was just tired. And so when Friday came, I was thinking about all these other things I had to do when I got home. And I was just like, you know what? I think I'm going to cancel. And I say that because I think it's just important to take time for yourself and realize when you need a break. By the way, the things that I like canceled or postponed weren't like crazy things that like it was like bad that I was canceling. It was like things that I was like rescheduling or postponing for a later time. And that's because I needed to make sure that my brain was good to be able to do said things. And so anyway, I postponed those things, I rescheduled those things, and I took some me time, and I kind of just like, I don't know, I just hung out in my space, and I did my nails, and I just had the me time. I took an everything shower, it's what the girls need. That like time to do your nails, the time to have your everything shower and have that music blasting and just like being a girl, being a woman. You know what I mean? So anyway, after that, I was getting some like work done for school. I was getting some like session planning done for my practicum site. And then my friend Jav texts me and she said, what are you doing tonight? And I said, I'm doing my nails right now, but I'm not really doing anything. Why, what's up? Do you want to hang? And she said, yes, we're going to come and pick you up. And I was like, oh my God, okay, girls' night? And she was like, hell yeah. So we had a girls' night and it was so needed. It's crazy because I was actually going to hang out with my other girl, my lovely Aisha. I was supposed to hang out with her on Friday, but I ended up hanging with her on Saturday instead. I'm getting ahead of myself, so I just wanted to mention that a little bit. And so, anyway, Jav and our other friend Sam pick me up and I get in the car, tell me how Fabulous from High School Musical 2 by Sharpay is playing the second I walk into the car. And I was like, okay, cool. These are the vibes tonight. And I am down with it. And then the whole car ride, we're just like blasting like High School Musical 2 songs, and then we move on to Miley Cyrus, and then we move on to like her old stuff. Oh my God, the song "'Cause When My World Is Falling Apart." Oh my gosh, I didn't know that I remembered all the words of that song and how much it meant to me until we all just started belting it in the car, and it was so much fun. And we hung out at my friend Jav's house. And it was me, Sam, Jav, and Rachel. And we just all spent some quality girl time together. And I think the reason why I'm emphasizing this so much is because I don't really have that often. I feel like I said, I mean, all my girls are like scattered. All of my friends are scattered in different states. So it's hard for me to have that like circle of friends. Like my bestie Brittany lives all the way in Colorado. I wish I could go over her house. I wish she could come over mine. We always make a joke like we like send each other a picture of our dinner and we're just like, hey, I'm coming over. Hey, you want to come over? But alas, long distance relationships, long distance friendships, I mean, it makes the heart grow fonder. Am I right? And yeah, so all my friends are scattered. So it was just really, really nice to be able to just be in a room with all the girls. And I don't know, man, it just does something to you. Like we played this game called Catch the Vibe, and it was about just catching the vibe. And it was such a cute, first of all, it was a cute cover of the game. It was like pink and orange and red and like, I don't know, the board game just looked really cute. and girls thinking everything is cute. That's me. And it was just about like, it had like an X and Y diagram on it. And it was like, it came with a bunch of cards. I can't really do a good job of explaining it, so I'm not even gonna go there. But if you want to look up the game, Catch the Vibe, look it up. We played it. Honestly, we barely played it. We had it out. We had it out on the couch as we were all around. But I think we played like 2 rounds, 1.5 rounds of it. But most of all, we were just talking the whole night, laughing, giggling, being silly, being deep, everything you can imagine, everything that the girls are, everything that the girls just do, you know? And we had some wine, we had some red wine, we had some white wine. Rachel brought some over. And we didn't get like drunk or anything, but we were just like, I don't know, fully enjoying each other's company. And like at one point, I was just like looking up at all of them and I was like, guys, I really love you. And I'm so appreciative of every single one of you. And I'm just really happy to be with all of you right now. And like, I don't know, I just feel really connected to them right now. And it's a powerful thing to feel with your friends. And I feel supported by them and I feel loved by them. And I think vice versa, like we're all just there to love each other and nothing else. You know what I mean? And I think, I don't know, that's something so special. Also, I want to point out that before, when I said that we were with the girlies earlier in the week, Liam was there, right? And don't get me wrong, love my guy, and it's always fun with us all together. But to be with the girlies without Liam was a different experience. And it's no hate to Liam. It's literally just because being with all the girls, just that femme energy is something that I don't think you can really compare to anything else, you know. And just being hanging out with your friends without your partner, I think is something that people who are in a relationship should do. And I think, you know, we're with our partner, so when we hang out with our friends, we're like, oh, do you want to come, do you want to be with us or whatever. But I think it's also nice to like divide that time and be able to have your time with your friends and then also with your friends and your partner, and have those times like divided. So I think the fact that I got to experience both of those things in one week was kind of not, I don't want to say eye-opening, but it was just like, I don't think I have experienced that in a while. So because like Liam and I share a lot of the same friends, so usually like when we hang out with our peeps, like we're usually together. But this time it was different because it was just purely a girls' night, and I was in desperate need of one. Nothing crazy as to why I needed one. I just needed one. I think I've just been spending a lot of time with Liam, and that's never a bad thing. I love my Liam, but I also love my girls, and I needed some like quality girls' time. So yeah, just the difference between hanging out with your partner and your friends versus just hanging out without your partner and with your friends. And it's something I think everyone should experience. You should be able to divide the time. And I think we spent like hours. I think we got there at like 7. No, I think we got there like around 8:30, and I didn't get home until like 2:30 a.m. And let me tell you, the night was full of so many emotions, like laughs, being silly, being stupid, being deep, and being real, and I don't know, all the things, all the things, all the things. And I think one thing that's really important to me too is that being with the girls just feels like a safe space. Like you could just be you. And I'm not saying that you can't be you around other people, like other people who are not women and your girls and whatever. But like, I mean, tell me not. There's just something for my girlies out there. There's just something about being with just the girls that you feel so safe, and so like it's like you're like being embraced with a warm hug every time you're with your girls. You know what I mean? So, yeah, I really loved Friday night, and I loved being with the girls, and I loved expressing that to them too, and them expressing it back, and just like sharing the love for each other, and just being really grateful for each other, and just being thankful for the time that we do get to spend that together. And I went home feeling so much love in my heart. And the next day, I the next day I spent all day with my lovely Aisha. Aisha is one of my best friends in the entire world. Um, we've been friends since 2008. Yeah, so going pretty strong. Um, and we don't live close to each other anymore. Like, we literally live in two different states. So it's hard to spend time with each other. Literally, the last time I saw her in person was in May of last year. But in between that time and now, we've been like FaceTiming or texting or whatever. And like I said, it's just like important to like check in with your friends and say hi and all that stuff. And I think Aisha and I do a really good job of that. Excuse me. And so we were so excited to see each other. I was so freaking excited. Like, I was just like, I think I couldn't even sleep. Like, I wanted to wake up already because I was so excited to see Aisha. And we had brunch, and we kind of just caught up on life, and we ate some really yummy food and got some like healthy juices. There's something that feels so empowering about getting like a healthy juice. You know, you know what I mean? Speaking of juice, I'm gonna sip my tea. I feel like I haven't been sipping it. What are you drinking today? What are you drinking on this fine day? So yeah, so we just like spent hours at brunch. It was a really cute place that we went to, and then we went back to my apartment and talked for like 5 more hours, and we sat on this couch right here, and we just talked and laughed and everything. Like, oh, and I made her some matcha. We're both matcha girlies now. Aisha has been off of coffee for a year, which is crazy. I can't wait to get to a year of being like fully 1000% off of coffee. But yeah, so we bonded over that, and we just like spent some, again, quality gal time together. And like I said, I don't get this time very often. So it was just so nice. And like, it was just me and Aish, like no boys were here. You know, it was just me and Aisha, and we just had a wonderful, lovely, lovely, lovely time. And it's also really nice to be able to still have that specific friendship that has been running since 2008. Like, we've Aisha and I have grown together. We have gone through the shit together. We have really watched each other grow in the past, I mean, in all the years, but in the past few years especially. And we're just like witnessing each other go through life, and we're going through it together. And it just makes me so happy to be able to witness that, and to just like be here, and to just like I was so, I felt so happy. And again, it felt like a warm hug. I mean, I did get a very warm hug from Aisha, but like, just that time really just feels so valuable and precious, and it's something I wouldn't trade for the world. And I think like we started hanging out at like 1:30, and I don't think she left here until like 9 or maybe like 8:30 or something like that. And yeah, we're gonna try and spend more time together, instead of just like once a year, because I don't know, we just really need to do that more. And we just gotta nurture that more. Yeah, so that's what happened this past Saturday and night. And yeah, I mean, I'm just really thankful for my girls. Like, I'm just telling you about all my girls right now. Brittany, my girl who lives in Colorado, we talk every single day. We send each other voice memos, and they're like so long all the time. I feel like, and Britt, if you're listening to this, hi, I love you. Um, but Brittany gets a full, like, she gets the podcast before you do. What I mean by that is I just share everything with Britt in a voice memo, and she does the same to me, and it's like our own personal little podcast. And I love that about mine and Brittany's friendship. Like, it's something that we do every day. It's something that makes me feel alive, honestly. And we started doing that maybe like 3 years ago, and it's been something that is so natural for us. Like, and we've also now started incorporating sending each other videos of like a little haul here and there, or like just something. And I don't know, it's something I appreciate so much, and I love doing that. And it's funny because some people will be like, oh, and I've had people say this to me before, and they're like, oh, like, why don't you just get on the phone with each other? And yes, Britt and I do hop on the phone every now and then with each other. But there's also something about voice memos, voice messages that is a little bit, I don't want to say it's more precious, but there's something different about it, because like there's no need to respond right away. And like it's like a back and forth thing, which sometimes that is what you need, and sometimes Britt and I are like, hey, can you get on the phone right now? Like, you want to get on the phone, get on FaceTime or something. But there's something I think Britt and I both love about just like sending each other a full-fledged, like 7-minute long voice message, and then just being able to respond fully in a voice message back. And just like we go back and forth, but it's like throughout the days, and it's never like an ending conversation. Like we're never like, bye. We're always just like, I don't know, we just keep talking. Britt and I just keep talking. And Britt and I rekindled after years of just kind of losing touch with each other. Like, life just kind of happened, and nothing terrible happened between us. I think life just happened, but we rekindled maybe like 3 years ago, and I don't know what I would do with that. I can't even speak. I don't know what I would do without that girl. And I also treasure that friendship so much. And get yourself a Brittany, everybody. I don't know. There's something about, okay, let me change my position really quick. Oh my God, my legs are hurting. Anyway, yeah, I just love each and every single one of these friendships that I have with the girls, because they're all so different, and they all bring something different to my life, and different to the world. And I think that's what I value and respect of them and admire about all of them. And I think they all make me a better person. And yeah, I just love my girls. You know what I mean? I love them. What else? Being girls. In my notes, I just have written being girls. Heart. I mean, if you're a girl, if you're a girly, if you're a fellow girly, you know what just being girls means. You know what I mean? And yeah, I mean, I've also been like making a lot of friendships at school, which is something I touched on a little bit last week. I have been kind of really honing into my friends lately, or just like that type of connection. And like, oh my God, yesterday I had like an hour to kill before going home after class, and I know that one of my friends, Maho, was also getting out of class at the same time. So I texted her and asked her if she was in class, or like what she was doing. And then we ended up meeting up because we were both looking for a practice room, and we ended up meeting up, looking for a practice room. We ended up finding a practice room. And let me just tell you something. I never go into a practice room with anybody. I also haven't been in a practice room in a while, because I stopped going to the practice rooms because it was always so like hard to get a practice room. Anyway, Maho and I find a practice room, and we both had things to work on. Like she had stuff to practice on for her performance for her like next class yesterday, and then I had some stuff to practice for this test out that I have to do. So we just both had something to work on, and there was something really vulnerable about that experience for me, and I feel like it's because I don't really like to practice with anybody around me. Like it's just something that I don't do. It makes me really nervous. But for some reason, like when Maho and I were in there in the practice room and we were just like, it's not like we were like critiquing each other or anything. We were just there. Like we were just there, physically present with each other. I was sitting on the floor while Maho performed and practiced her stuff. And like, I mean, I don't know. I think we gave each other like some pointers here and there, but it wasn't like for the purpose of critiquing. And I think I say that because I'm used to having to play for people where they critique you. And not that critiquing is terrible, but when it's like specifically for the purpose of critiquing, you just lose the fun. And Maho and I had a lot of fun yesterday. Like we just played for each other, gave each other some pointers, and then we ended up just jamming. We ended up working on some songs that we have to do for our practicum sites. And Maho is also a fellow music therapy major. And we bond over that, and we share a lot of the same classes. So to share this kind of experience was different. It's something that we've never done before. And I feel like it was just about time. Like we've been friends since last semester, and I think we've connected really well throughout the weeks, throughout the semester. And we just kind of, I think we hit a really special point in our new friendship, and it was so exciting. And we just jammed and sang together. And like, mind you, I sing with like my fellow peers in my class. Like we do things like that. But to sing with someone one-on-one at school especially was something so new for me. And Maho started playing Part of Your World from Little Mermaid on the piano. And then we just went into a whole jam session. Like she was playing piano and I just sang Part of Your World, and we were just fully like immersed in it, just having such a fun time. And it's funny because Maho's primary instrument at school is voice and mine is piano. So right after we did it, Maho was like, that's so funny. She was like, when you switch primary instruments. And it was just funny that we like switched for that moment. So then after that, we did a little switcheroo, and then I played the accompaniment for Part of Your World, and then she sang. And it was so fun. We were just having so much fun singing a Disney song on top of that from freaking Little Mermaid. I think we were like healing an inner part of our inner child. And it was just something so fun to experience together and do together. And I don't know, I feel like it was just like a point that Maho and I reached in our friendship that's something so meaningful to me. And we even took a cute picture together because we were matching yesterday unintentionally. We were both wearing like white cardigans and a brown skirt, and I was like, whoa, what happened here? And that was so much fun, and I want to do that more. Like we left I think we did that for about like an hour, and then we both like felt really good about like our practicing and what we had to do. And like, mind you, I could have practiced at home, but like it just worked out that I had that time to spend before going home, and then she also did too. And I mean, in the past few weeks, we've never done that. We've never like met up to practice in a practice room. So yeah, it was just really nice. And I'm really grateful that I have Maho in school and all the other friends I have in school too. Like I think it's really important to connect with your community in school. It's something that I didn't even prioritize when I was firstly in college, like I just didn't care about that. I was like, why do I need to make more friends? Like, get away from me. Like I literally would see people that I knew in school, like from high school, and I was like, oh my God, please don't look at me. Don't look at me. Don't look at me. And that comes from a different mindset, right? That comes from a different headspace. Like I obviously wasn't this person back then, but now I'm just like, hello, hey everyone. And yeah, it's just nice. It's really nice. So yeah, that's all my stories about the past week and about like just just talking with the girls, just hanging with the girls and feeling the power of women, the power of women friendships, the power of everything, the embodiment of women is just something so special. And I think we all should cherish that. Whether you're a woman, whether you're a man, whether you're anything you desire to be, we should all cherish women because they are the most powerful creatures in the world. And so, on that note, I have texted a bunch of my girlies. I told them that I was recording this episode about the power of women friendships, and I just wanted to know what their insight was, if they wanted me to include anything on this pod. So we're going to take a moment to add those things. So let's see. All right. So first. The first thing that I have from my dear Brittany says, one of the most important things about the power of women friendships is to be silly. We love that. We're always being silly, being your best silly self. I just love acting like an idiot with my friends, with my girls. And then Brittany also said to be a 100% safe space. And we touched on that earlier. It's just feeling so, I think, secure with yourself and with your girls. Like, I don't think there's anything to hide. Like, I feel like I could always just let my guard down, let my wall down, and just fully be, you know, like we just start crying out of nowhere because we're just so vulnerable and so intimate. And I'm not saying that can't happen with like anyone else, but just like, I don't know, specifically with women, there's something deep there. I mean, I think we as women have that power, and we were like, I think we're just known, it's a fact that we're more emotional. I mean, I think men are very emotional too, but of course men are brought up in a way that they need to be those men and they need to like just suck it all up, you know, and they can't let their feelings out. So that's why I'm saying, like, there's something about sharing that with your fellow women and just letting it out and just expressing everything. And, you know, like, we were able to laugh and cry, on Friday when I was with the girls. Like, we just let every single emotion out, and there's something so powerful about that. Ooh, Brittany proposed the question, how to create a safe space so my friends know they could come to me about anything and know that I won't judge them. Yeah, I mean, I think that too is like, mind you, I'm only talking about my girls and my friends and my circle of people, but like, there might also be some girls that you don't feel like it's a safe space with them and you feel like you might have to hide some things. So I think there are ways to let your friends know that you won't judge them, to make them feel safe. And I think that's just like supporting your girls and just being there for them and not judging them and not like ridiculing everything they do and like stuff like that, right? And I think that's why my friends and I are able to feel like it's a safe space with each other, because none of us are like, oh my God, what the fuck is wrong with you? Or maybe in that case, we say it with like tough love. There's a difference. But like, I don't know, you know what I mean? I think we have this safe space because we've created this safe space. There's no safe space unless you've created the means for that space to be safe. How many times can I say safe space? Oh my gosh. Yeah, no, I like that question that Brittany said. Okay, let's see. All right. My friend Jav said, ooh, I love it when women. That should be the title of this episode. Yeah, I think Jav, I might make that the title of this episode. So Jav says, I feel like I have a lot to say about women friendships. We embody the full range. We're vessels of nurturing softness to ferocious and life-bearing. Ooh, that is powerful. Yeah. I mean, the nurturing softness, like, we're all like, we all have that like mother in us, you know? So it's so natural to just like nurture our loved ones and nurture the people that we care about with that softness. And then we can also be on the other end of the spectrum where we're like powerful, ferocious beings. you know, and like we're fierce, and we're what is it? Tigresses. We're lioness. Excuse me. Excuse me. And like that, just embodying the full range of that. There's something so amazing and incredible about that. And it's something that I think, you know, I feel like in your late 20s, especially, that's when you experience it the most, because we're all going through the craziest shit of life, right? We're going through it. We may not be all going through the same thing, but we're all going through being in our late 20s and being in this adult life. And that comes with so many things that just sprinkle onto us every day. And I think, you know, we all bond over that. We all grow with each other. We're all there for each other. We all support each other. It's like we just like have a hand out for each other. Like your hand is just out, and your girls just grab onto it. You're all just there. Just visualize like your girl is just holding your hand and walking through life with you. I feel like that's what I feel when I think about my girls. It's just like we're girl power, man. Cheetah Girls said it best. Girl power, girl power. I mean, it's true, right? So anyway, that's what some of my girls said about the power of women friendships. And then on the other spectrum of that, I think I have some answers from two men. I was about to say two boys, but two men. One of the answers I got from my wonderful friend, my buddy old pal, Lucas. He said his favorite part about women friendships is getting humbled. Hey man, we're here for that. I mean, I think that too, like men are just different. It's a proven scientific fact that their brains are wired differently. So they're all about like the ego and the like being strong, all of that stuff. And I think we women are here to ground you. We're here to, you know, help you see a different side of things. And because sometimes men are just stuck in their men brains, you know what I mean? And sometimes that's a great thing, and sometimes it's something that you need to explore a little more and get a little bit of a different perspective. So I like that Lucas said getting humbled. I think that's important when like men carry this like really strong ego with them, and they need to be a little bit humbled, or else you're just gonna be like a cocky motherfucker. You know what I mean? Like it's just not attractive to be that, and to be kind of like egotistical. So yeah, I like that answer. And I think with that answer, this guy Liam, my lovely partner Liam, he said his favorite part of his women friendships is the different perspectives. The different perspective. I cannot read. The different perspectives he gets, especially from an emotional viewpoint. Ooh, we love that answer. I mean, yeah, what I just said, like you get different perspectives from a woman. Women have different brains. Women have that emotional capacity that some men are not in touch with, or that they're not like fully capable of. I mean, some people are just emotionally incapable, men, women, whichever, but I think women, especially when you get that emotional viewpoint from them, it's way different. And I mean, I think that's important in getting a different perspective from like different people in your lives, people who have a different view on life, people who have different perspectives. And in this case, Liam says that it's his favorite part is getting that emotional viewpoint from women and getting a different perspective. And I mean, I think I experienced that a lot in the conversations that Liam and I have, because we have a lot of conversations about, I mean, so many different things, but we're able to offer each other different perspectives, and his being the man version of that, right? And mine being the woman version of that. And we're able to like say different things, agree on different things, maybe even disagree on some things. And I think it's important to get that different viewpoint from a woman. I like that answer. Yeah. I like that. Women. I love it when women I hope you like that little jingle. Anyway, oh my gosh, I have to pee. Anyway, I think we've touched on everything that I'd like to say about women, and I also loved getting to hear what my friends and my people also would love to say about women and the power of women and friendships and everything. I wanted to include that in today's episode because I love hearing from you. I love hearing from my friends, from my peers, from my fellow people. And it's just nice to include that in here. So, on that note, I think that's all. I mean, I said everything I want to say. You know, I'm just like truly feeling the love for girls, for the women, for everything, for the the power. I think that's really going to be my title. Oh my god, I'm going to spill this. Okay. Yeah. Let me know your thoughts on the power of women, the power of women friendship specifically, and also I don't know, any kind of perspective you have. It doesn't have to be like the most enlightening thing, or it doesn't have to be anything deep. It could just be something so simple like to be silly and to just like be able to do that with your girls. And I think you know, if you have anything you want to share about the importance of nurturing your friendships, I feel like nurture is a really great word to describe, I think, women in general, but also it's a good word to describe how to take care of, one, yourself, two, your people, your relationships, your circle, and three, it's a really good word to describe women. We're very full of like this nurturing aspect. It's just in our, it's natural. It's innate to be that for people. We carry this like mother aspect as women, and that's what we are. And I love women, and I hope you do too. And yeah, I think I'm gonna end this here. I mean, I've loved every episode that I've done, but I really loved talking about the power of women. How many times am I going to say that? I mean, I think a lot because that's what this episode is about. Anyway, yeah. Let me know whatever you'd like me to touch upon next, to discuss next. I really did it. I really made it a point to make this one not an hour and a half long because I've been chatting away. I've been yapping. So today that's why I wanted to just focus on one topic instead of just like going crazy. And I think that just shows you where my brain is at, right? It's like, but today, just women. That's all I wanted to talk about. Just women. So with that said, I will talk to you next week. I hope that you enjoyed today's cup of Megan Joe with me, your host, Megan Joe. Maybe we should make that a jingle. Anyway, I love you and I love women, and thank you for tuning in. And I hope you have a wonderful rest of your week. I hope you take care of yourself, be kind to yourself, be gentle with yourself if that's what you need. And just be the best you can be. Sometimes I feel like I sound like, a motivational speaker, but like I said, that's just how I feel right now. I just want to share the love. So just know you're loved and you're special and you're important. And I love ya. Thank you for listening. And I will meet you back here next Monday. Bye. Toodaloo.